We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Well, that was an abrupt ending there to the intro.
What?
At least on my end it was anyways.
Oh, you must be delayed a little bit because it was normal in the end. Good evening, everybody. Anyway, welcome to another Vikings Uncensored. We have reached Bears Week Part D. So we'll have that to talk about here in a minute.
Doesn't matter that we're playing at home, so.
No, it doesn't. And we'll talk about that as well. So Sarah's hoping to regain some brain cells. I heard about apparently our buddy Rapp had a couple of Bears fans on his show tonight that if you basically rub the two brain cells together, you might have got twice the brain power that those guys had. So,
well, these Bears fans are puffing their chests right now. But like I mentioned to you before the show, who the fuck have these Bears even played yet this year that is even a formidable opponent? It's been a powder puff schedule for the Bears and the Packers. The only team the Packers have beat are the Lions. Everybody else has been a fucking walkthrough for both those teams, Packers and Bears. Now the tough part of their schedule is coming, so we're going to find out just exactly who they are coming up here in the next few weeks.
Yep. But yeah, so anyway, it is Bears week, but as we had on the show kicker, I guess the banner.
Oh, no. Nice to see you showed up this week, Norris.
Yeah, Norris is here this week. He just fucking blew us off last week, but thanks a lot, asshole. But yes, Josh, Sarah's here, Disgusting Axe here, Ant's here, Drew's here, Steven's here. All the regs are here. Thank you guys all for joining as usual on a Saturday night. Couple of news items, and then we'll get into our coaching conundrum. Do the Vikings have a KOC problem? We'll talk about that in just a minute. But couple of league problems, league news things. The Giants this week fired head coach Brian Daboll. Offensive coordinator Mike Kafka will take over as the interim head coach. I mean, this is something we've been talking about for really the last year plus, that Daboll was all good, Norris. We were just giving you shit. No worries.
I get it.
Yep. Life comes first, so that's the biggest thing. But yeah, Daboll, is he another one of those guys that was a really good coordinator?
It might have been even an organizational thing there in New York. That organization's been kind of a dumpster fire for since before Daboll even got there.
Yeah, I mean they've been. I think if I saw the numbers earlier this week, they have been had the worst overall record in the league since 2012, 2013, somewhere in there. So,
same time, bud. There you go.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before, Rhino, on this show, where some people people involved in football make better coordinators than what they do head coaches.
That's absolutely right.
Spagnuolo is a good guy to
Mm-hmm.
to throw out there as far as that. Jim Schwartz is a guy to throw out there as far as coordinators go, who makes a better coordinator than what they do a head coach.
Well, look what Josh McDaniels is doing now with Drake
Exactly.
May in New England.
Yes.
And he was a
McDaniels is
god-awful
a
head
great
coach.
example of a guy that is a better coordinator than the head coach. Yes, that's a great example.
Yeah.
And I agree, Josh. I don't think Daboll was the biggest problem, but
he was part of the problem. But
right.
Filipino fan club is in the house. Good morning, Nympha.
See, the thing with this Vikings team is that really makes me frustrated is this roster is a playoff roster. This team can beat good teams. It's just what version of the Vikings is going to show up on a week-to-week basis.
Yeah,
that's what it is this year to me.
It's preparation, it's coaching, it's all this other stuff, and that's
you go from having a hell of a game 2 weeks ago to having coming out of the gates, firing out of the cannon against the Ravens to just completely turning into a different team in the second half.
Well, it was basically once they got past the scripted plays, then they fell apart.
What version of this Vikings team is going to show up on a week-to-week basis? There's no identity. They don't know who they are, but this roster is a playoff roster in spite of the rookie quarterback playing.
No, absolutely, you're right. And we've talked about that before. I mean, but we'll get into the coaching here.
Does Daniel still have a job? Yeah, I admit, the dude cannot fucking be a head coach. But he absolutely knows what he's doing when it comes to being an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, he's doing
this is his third rodeo as an OC. And every time he's been an OC, he has been successful at that position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's doing a great job with Drake May. I mean, the Patriots are 7-2 or 8-2, whatever the hell it is right now.
Yeah, even a half-to-half basis, Riley. I get you too there.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a quarter-to-quarter basis. I mean, it's not.
Even Sarah says she's getting tired of blaming everything on play calling. I don't know. I think the play calling has a lot to do with it. There's a lot of examples last week, and Rhino's going to get into it here in a little bit. But
yeah. A couple other news things, though, before we hit that. Of course, the dream is dead as far as for Vikings fans, as far as Asante Samuel Jr. signs to the Pittsburgh Steelers practice squad, which is kind of interesting. So there must be still a lot of concern that nobody signed him to the active roster. I had heard, I guess, that the visit went well when he was here.
Gotcha, yeah, my bad.
That's Mike McDaniel. We're talking Josh McDaniels.
Right. Anyways, continue.
Anyway, yeah. Otherwise, the Vikings opened up Ryan Kelly's 21-day window this week. He is practicing. He finally is wearing the Guardian mushroom cap thing.
I like it. He should have been wearing it. I mean, he had one concussion with us. He should have been wearing it when he came out the week after.
Yeah, it looks stupid, but if it keeps you from turning your brain into scrambled eggs,
it's getting to the point where it's not as stupid looking anymore because it's becoming more of a thing throughout the entire league. There's not just one guy wearing it anymore. There's usually a few players on each team that wears the padded helmet.
Yeah, so. I mean, they still need to work on the aesthetics, but right now it's functionality over stuff. But will Kelly play? He's going to try at some point, I'm sure, but. Brando's not doing a bad job at center. I mean, you may keep Brando going there and then have Kelly be your backup for right now.
I've always thought this too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is Kelly playing tomorrow? Ant just asked us to as well.
No, I don't. They haven't. I guess they haven't officially activated him yet, so I don't.
Okay, so then I doubt it. Then I highly doubt that. Then that's great. We clicked at the same time. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, Grenard, I don't believe is playing tomorrow, so that kind of sucks. But because Grenard's usually had Caleb Williams' number,
I think just with the fact the way that Grenard's been playing this year, and that happened a couple of times again last week, Rhino. I'm so sick of it.
The guy's got 47 almost sacks this year.
Right. Yeah, 47 almost sacks. But you know what? At this point, I think Turner's kind of interchangeable with either or without much of a fall off, especially with the way Gennard's not getting home anyways. So how
Well,
much of
and
a
speaking of Dallas Turner being you brought that up, he got fined for that fucking hit on or that sack last week on Lamar Jackson. I
I
don't think
love
it
that.
should have been a fucking penalty, let alone getting fined for it.
I like that comment. I don't know if you keep him in the starting center, but I think he makes a good case for next year, possibly, as far as the
Yeah.
starting center goes.
I mean,
So
right now, I think you start Brandel this week and you don't
if Kelly's
rush.
ready to go, you go with Kelly. You're paying him. He's a top notch guy when he's on the field. It's not like he was a liability when he was not playing or when he was
Right.
playing. Excuse me. Brett
Yeah, and
Phillip, a new name.
Brett, good evening. Another crappy defensive line, same issues with. I mean, the defensive line got called out, and they have stepped up the last couple of weeks.
They
Jonathan
have.
Allen had a pretty good week last week. 2 weeks ago,
I honestly, I don't think the defense has anything to do. It shouldn't be shouldering much of the blame at all. They shouldn't be shouldering much of the blame at all. When you're
no,
asking your defense to be on the field twice as much as your offense, I mean, our defense was gassed by the fourth quarter last week
and
against
that's the
Baltimore.
problem.
So, and
But
we were playing we were playing fucking pretty damn well on defense last week until the fucking water fucking gates opened up.
well, and even with that, and this goes back to the fact that we have a playoff roster. We still had a chance to tie that game at the end of the. Even for as shitty as the offense played.
How encouraging was that? According to
Yeah.
KOC, that was encouraging to see that we still had a chance to tie the
Yeah.
game.
Moral victories are for fucking losers. I'm
Put them
sorry.
away. Put them away before it even comes down to that.
Right. So since you brought up O'Connell again on here, we're going to roll into that right now. Do the Vikings have a
Floor is yours, my friend.
Kevin O'Connell coaching problem? The guy is flat out refusing to run the ball on third or fourth and short.
And we've been talking about this since going back into last year.
Well, last week, the combination of Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason ran the ball at 5.7 yards per carry. We ran the ball 13 times.
I want to come back to this comment in a minute here. So
yeah, hopefully.
Continue.
But then if you add in the 5 runs that J.J. McCarthy did that weren't called runs, we were running at 6.7 yards per carry. This is the one that really got me here. Talking about the third and fourth and short stuff. When the Vikings run on third or fourth and short, they convert on 71% of their attempts. When they throw the ball on third or fourth and short, they convert on 21%.
Right. You know what? The run game is working. It doesn't. I don't get it. If the run game is working, then keep fucking running.
Jordan Mason on his own converts at a 62% clip running on those short yardage downs.
Right.
That's what you brought him here for.
Right. And we're not using him in that regard by any means.
But
because Kevin O'Connell's trying to be the smartest guy in the field all the time.
Well, and I think he's buying it. Somebody brought this up earlier, but I think he's buying into all the hype. I think,
what did I tell you a couple weeks ago? Ego.
Yeah.
I told you his head is about this big.
Well, here's the thing. In the 4 years that Kevin O'Connell has been here, they throw on third or fourth and short 68% of the time, highest passing rate in the league. On that, they rank 29th in first down conversion rate at a 42% clip.
Especially if you're trying to help out your fucking rookie quarterback.
Right. But and his excuse, they're going to expect the run. Not with you, they're not, because everybody knows you're gonna throw the fucking ball on.
Well, you know what? Especially if your offensive line is being as physical as it is and opening those holes, I don't give a fuck if they know that the run is coming.
No,
I don't care if they throw 11 men in the box.
Right. Sometimes you got to put on your fucking big boy pants and say, "We're coming right at you. Stop us."
Thank you, Rhino. Exactly. Period.
Yeah. But here's the next thing. On those 3rd and 4th and shorts in the 4 games that JJ McCarthy has played, he is 0 for 10 in passes. He's taken 4 sacks and thrown 2 interceptions. But on the 6 called run plays they've done on 3rd and 4th and short with him in there, they're 5 for 6 converting.
Yeah. That does not surprise me at all.
No. And here's the next one. And this is all this is putting into the fact that Kevin O'Connell hates to run the fucking ball. Through 9 games this year, the Vikings are 13th best in team history in yards per rush, but they have the 3rd fewest attempts in team history. Exactly, Drew. But, and I'm going to pull this one out. I was saving it, but when
this is a great point by Bianconi right here.
Right. And they make it 99.9% of the fucking time.
And the fact is, if you go for it on 3rd and short or 3rd and 1 and you don't get it on that down, you have the possibility of going for it then again.
Right.
And trying it again on 4th down.
Yeah, because instead of 3rd and 1, it might be 4th and a foot.
Exactly. Bill, hello. New guy.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Remember when last year when we were
love it, you guys.
After we drafted JJ McCarthy and Kevin O'Connell went out there and did his waxing poetic about the fact that teams often fail young quarterbacks long before young quarterbacks fail their team. Kevin O'Connell right now is failing JJ McCarthy because he is not calling plays to put him in a position to succeed.
I know. I was on our page last week saying the same fucking thing. Yes. Help out your young quarterback by calling run plays when they need to be called.
A running game is a young quarterback's best friend.
And they claim to be all about analytics and stats or stat sheets and shit like that. Well, then fucking go with what your analytics are telling you.
Yeah, no, Kevin O'Connell and you said this earlier, he tries to be the smartest guy out in the field, and he outsmarts himself most of the time when he tries to do that.
You know what? If we had an offensive coordinator that was calling plays, we probably wouldn't have this fucking issue.
Yeah. But the problem is, who's going to make Kevin O'Connell give up play calling? KOC? I don't think so.
And then I think Riley was mentioning it earlier in the comment section here about bringing in Dayball. That will never happen with KOC as head coach.
No.
That will never happen with KOC calling plays and being the head coach.
No. I mean, the only way Kevin O'Connell's going to give up play calling is if the Wilfs step in and say, hey, you need to let somebody else do this.
You know what? Despite of everything that's happened throughout McCarthy playing this year, I still believe in the kid. Regardless.
Oh, I do too.
I see it on Sundays. I see the flashes of what can be coming down the road.
Yeah, you see those glimpses of what the kid can do in there.
I love what I see out of him on the field for the most part. I mean, he's got those passes that sail high, but when it clicks, when it starts to click, those plays will be fewer and fewer.
But the problem where most of those plays come from is when he gets outside the pocket, he gets happy feet. He doesn't set his feet and throw. You set your feet and throw, that ball's not going to sail.
Right. And you know what, though? That's just a young quarterback. That's the thing with the young quarterback.
It's correctable.
Easily, yes. It will go away as he plays and gets more reps.
Yep. Yeah, there is that, Riley. And we can
No, the only person that showed up last week outside of the defense
was Naylor.
Yes. And I believe McCarthy played his heart out. I believe McCarthy left it all out in the field. Mm-hmm. I truly believe that. But from what I've seen from Jets, is not something that I'm used to seeing at all from him on the field, even in his mannerisms and the way he showed himself.
He came out and said that this week that it almost seems like he's losing some of the love for the game. Whether it's off the field.
And that goes back to head coaching then. That's exactly.
There is some of that.
That direction.
Is there's too much off the field stuff that he's, all these commercials and stuff that he's doing, and did he, after he finally got that bank, is he now, is the, I guess the bluster of that
Vikings Uncensored is the show to watch then because we ain't giving anybody passes.
No.
We never have and we never will.
That was the worst fucking game Justin Jefferson has ever played last weekend.
That was his worst game as a professional. I absolutely agree. And with that being said, you got Steven Jativa coming in here with a great comment.
I hope you're right. And you know, when he basically called himself out in his press conference.
And this is a great point to go back to that comment that Ant said here a while back about how Chicago's got DBs that are out and their defense is on their heels already and all that. In all the years I've watched Vikings football, it seems like we get these opportunities with teams and
we never take advantage of it.
You already know, you're completing my sentences and my thoughts. Yes. We never seem to take advantage of the disadvantages that are shown to us.
No. Because
this goes back years as being a Vikings fan.
Yeah. The only thing is this week is some of the shortcomings of the Chicago defense plays into what Kevin O'Connell wants to do, sit there and throw the ball down the fucking field. But, you know, again, it's not all this stuff. Where are the tight ends this year? TJ Hawkinson is collecting a huge fucking paycheck, and what's he got, 7 catches or some fucking stupid thing like that?
Bigly.
I don't know if Wes Phillips should be calling it or if McCown should be calling it, but somebody else needs to. Kevin O'Connell just needs to be the general, the guy on the field that's taking care of everything.
The head coach.
Yeah.
And then Zimmer had the same fucking problem.
Yeah.
Zimmer had the same problem. He wanted nothing to do with the offense. Gave that all to Norv Turner, Pat Shurmur, whomever, John DeFilippo, whomever have you, and he took care of the defense. Kevin O'Connell's the same way with the offense.
The only difference is we actually have Flores, who knows what he's doing calling defense. But
right.
But no, it's you got to have they got to do something. I mean, JJ McCarthy right now has the highest average depth of target in the league, over 11 yards. It's almost 12.
This is no surprise to me at all.
No, it really isn't.
Where's the quick pass game that we see it once or twice in the year so far out of the 9 games that we played?
And then it works, and then they go away from it.
And then they go away from it begrudgingly. As a fan, they go away from it.
Well,
we have the receivers to run the quick pass game very effectively, Rhino.
Well, right. Jefferson and Addison could take a quick slant, 5-yard slant, and take it for 30 yards.
And that's yes, there's some truth there.
Yeah, Ryan, you're not wrong, and that's some of the apprehension I have with turning the play calling over to Wes Phillips, because he's where he is because of his family lineage. And
I hate to break it to all the fans out there, but Kevin O'Connell's never going to give up offensive play calling until he sees the door.
Or if it's going to be, okay, either we try something different here or you will be shown the door.
Right. And you know what? It seems like whenever his back is pushed against the wall, he calls better games. And maybe that's just what,
Yeah. But I mean, look at the Cleveland game. He turned around, he called those short passes and all that other stuff. And in this post-game press conference, you could tell that he absolutely fucking hated it.
But you know what? We won.
Right.
Convincingly.
And that's the thing. You have to put your fucking ego aside and do what's best for the team.
That's part of being a head coach.
Right. And you and I talked about this during the week, and we had that meme on our Facebook page. If you haven't seen it, go check it out or whatever. Kevin O'Connell is turning into Brad Childress if he's not there already. He's just Brad Childress with a better personality.
Yeah. Yep.
Instead of the kick-ass offense, you got the cock-ass offense.
The cock-ass offense.
KOC, cock, what.
Right. There's no lies there, though. I agree.
Right.
Absolutely. And based off the reactions off that, me and a lot of other people do too. So.
Yeah, Drew, that was next on my list. I'm not done calling people out here. Offensive line, 8 false starts. 8 false starts is unacceptable, but to do it at home?
What did I go off on last week about the team last week? What did I say?
We don't have a home field advantage.
We do not have home field advantage.
And it is nothing. And it is nothing to do with the fans. It has nothing to do with the fans.
Exactly. And I said that last week too. And I want to make sure that I put that out there. This has nothing to do with the fans not being loud enough, not cheering loud enough. This has nothing to do with that. This all goes back to the team.
Yeah, Chris Cooper.
The record at US Bank Stadium is embarrassing. It's a winning record, but we lose over a third of our games. We lose over a third of our games at US Bank. We've only hosted 2 playoff games at US Bank Stadium, and we're 1-1 on those.
We're just fired up on this, Sarah, and there is a lot of red flags with Kevin O'Connell's play calling. Is Kevin O'Connell a good coach? Yes, he is a good coach. Is his ego getting in the way of calling stuff that's going to make this team successful? Yes, it is.
I'm just getting sick of seeing the same garbage.
Yeah, and that's the
thing.
It's
8 false starts at home.
No, and that's the thing. They keep saying this stuff is easily correctable. It's easily correctable. It's easily correctable, but they're not correcting it.
Right.
That easily correctable thing is turned back into Les Frazier's. We have to go back and look at the tape.
I don't think I'm overreacted about the home field advantage thing at all by any means.
No, I don't think so either, because you shouldn't be losing a third of your games at home.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't be having 8 false fucking starts at home either.
No.
How embarrassing is that?
There was a lot of plays in that Lions game too, that the clock management at the end there that allowed Detroit to even get that touchdown to bring it back in. And the offense, again, we've talked about this for the last 3 years. The offense goes into a shell for half of the game. Even when we had, for everybody out there barking about making a mistake about Sam Darnold, we went into a shell a lot last year for at least half of the game.
Right.
We all know what happened with Kirk. We're not going to bring that stuff back up. It seems like once the scripted plays are over, then we don't go back to what worked in those scripted plays. We have to go, pull open the new playbook and just start throwing spaghetti against the wall and see if it sticks or not.
Yes.
When we lose in style. Yeah, well, I don't know if it's losing in style. It's frustrating, I guess, but it's a good point, Norse.
Yeah. The thing that makes me so mad about this team, and maybe leading to why I'm overreacting, is because I know that this roster is good enough to be a playoff roster. And right now, the consistency isn't there, and they're not playing like it week after week.
Yeah,
I'm sick of showing up one week and then completely shitting the bed the next week.
Yeah, talent-wise, this is a way better than a 4-5 team.
But with that being said, Rhino, and before the show started, I had mentioned this too. And to calm things down a little bit here.
Yeah, we probably need to take the temperature down just a bit, but
I truly, honestly believe the hardest part of our schedule is behind us. I think we have a path laid out in front of us that could lead us to the playoffs. It's just, are we going to walk that path, or are we going to keep fucking kicking ourselves in the nuts?
Yeah.
Like we have been this year.
Well, and it all starts this weekend.
Exactly. I know right now, Rhino, this team, our team, is going to come out pissed off and fired up. They need to come out that way every week, though. Not just because they've been told that.
Not just because they get embarrassed the week before, then come out and play pissed off for one game and then be content and then lose the next week again.
Yeah. So I feel as though the hardest part of our schedule is behind us and everything is in front of us. I mean, we play the Commanders, we play the Cowboys, we play the Giants. The hardest games I see left on the schedule, I know we're looking for, which we don't do too often here at Vikings Uncensored.
Right.
But the hardest games that we have left on our schedule is Seattle, which I'm not really scared about. If Sam Darnold is the Sam Darnold that we all believe he is, and we can take advantage of that, and then Detroit. But they're also beatable. I'm not at all minutely afraid of Green Bay at all.
No.
But it starts with the Bears tomorrow.
Yep. And it's the thing, we can beat anybody on this schedule, but we can also beat ourselves in any one of those games. That's just
it, and that's just what we've been doing most of the year is beating ourselves.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They gotta. When you get down to it this weekend, it's nut up or shut up time, because you beat the Bears this week and you beat Green Bay next week, you're right back in that playoff picture.
And I know we've been talking about how good the defense has been, but let's get some turnovers going here.
Yeah,
we are. So I don't know if you had any more numbers there that you want to go over, Rhino.
No, that's most of what I had. So
we need to start causing turnovers. I was begging for one last week. Yelling at the TV, begging for a turnover. I think we got 3 picks on the season this year so far. Yeah, easily, Drew. It's just we've been beating ourselves.
Yeah, most of the losses, other than the freaking curb stomping we took to the Chargers, we should have won those games.
Frustrating. That's what makes this team so frustrating this season, is exactly that.
Yep. And that's the thing. We are a better team than this.
Okay, so then okay, I understand, Sarah. I understand that you don't think it's all on KOC. Well, then what's the problem then?
It's not, and it's not all KOC's fault, but he is the head coach, and the buck should stop with him.
I think he takes at least 70% of the pie there.
I guess, my frustration with the whole thing is, when he goes out there in his word salad press conferences after a loss, talks about, the stuff that never really says anything except it's correctable and this, that, and everything else. But then they go out and do the same exact thing the next week. He calls plays the way this basically the same every week. He does not adjust for he doesn't adjust for the opponent, other than maybe the scripted play, the 10, 15 plays they have scripted in the beginning.
And another thing is the fact is that the defense is still playing very, very well in spite of not getting those turnovers.
Until late in the game, when they've been getting gassed because the offense isn't moving the ball.
Right.
And there again, you go start running the ball more, keeps the defense off the field.
It helps out your young quarterback.
Yep. So
thank you, Norris.
It's frustrating because when those of us who are not highly paid NFL coaches, players, whatever, can see what's going on, you can't tell me that these guys don't see it.
Yep, that's what I was getting at, Drew. 3 fucking turnovers on the year, 2 of which came in one game.
Yeah.
I don't think it was an overthrow. I think it was Jefferson falling down on the route. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's any one person that needs to shoulder the complete blame.
No.
But being the head coach of the team, you're going to get talked about and looked at in that fact, especially when you're the one calling the offensive plays. When your offense is the thing that's sputtering.
Right. But last week, yes, Justin Jefferson half-assed it the entire fucking game. He didn't put in the effort. That catch that should have been a touchdown, he makes that play 99% of the time. He didn't make it. He needs to make those plays.
Trying to.
Sarah, I'm getting to that. Yes, McCarthy has been sailing passes. We talked about that earlier, and the reason why he's doing that is he's not, when he gets outside the pocket, he's not setting and throwing. He's throwing off the wrong foot.
Sure as hell shouldn't be asked to be throwing the ball 42 times a game either.
No. Yeah, your rookie quarterback should
when your fucking running backs, like you said earlier in the show, when your running backs are running at 5.5 a clip, you shouldn't be asking your quarterback to throw it 42 fucking times.
And when it's a 1 to 3 point game for 3 quarters, There's no need to throw the ball
But
42 times.
that's on McCarthy because he's sailing balls. Stupid. Anyways,
there's no shortage of blame to go around, but like I said, the buck stops.
Yeah, obviously, we're both frustrated. Everybody in the comment section, I'm sure, is frustrated. We need some fucking woosop in here.
Yeah. Beefalo for president.
And I'm so frustrated because I expect better out of this roster.
Yeah, we all did, and that's the thing.
Yeah, it wasn't on JJ. And you're going to have a young quarterback that sails balls. People need to be patient with this kid. But in spite of that, we can still win with this kid.
Oh, absolutely.
I hope so too, Sarah. I pray to God.
Hey, we'll call out the shit that goes wrong tomorrow, whether we win or lose. I mean, we always do that. It's just it's just frustrating that this team is where it's at. Yeah, I do too. And we should be able to, and we should win tomorrow. Doc wants pie now.
Yeah, some cheesecake. It's golden.
That cheesecake could be good. I had a piece of cheesecake last night, actually, but I think it was the last one. So
this is one thing with this show is we've always bitched when bitching has been needed, and we've always been hurrah hooray when hurrah hooray has been needed.
Right.
We've always called it straight line.
And if Kevin O'Connell comes out and calls an awesome freaking game tomorrow, we'll sing his praises next week.
I'm not asking for his job. I'm asking for him to be better.
Right.
For this team that he leads. I'm asking for our leader to be a leader, to win, to help us win, not to help us lose.
Yeah, to put this team in the best position to win, not to put not to just be able to go out there and feed your ego. That's all I'm asking. And it starts by going out and beating Chicago this weekend. So with that, let's put a bow on this stuff and we'll move on to the Chicago Bears preview. Tomorrow noon, US Bank Stadium. The Chicago Bears come to town. Caleb Williams and company, who have
we've had Caleb Williams' number since he started in this league, so we need to stick on that. Yes, exactly. We will sing his praises if he brings the pie.
If he has pie, yes. Now Jonathan Grenard not playing tomorrow, that does hurt things on there. Grenard has typically had, like I mentioned earlier in the show, typically had Caleb Williams' number. No, the Lions are dirty. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that, but patient, trusting the process. I'm trying my hardest on that disgusting act, but when
we're in year 4, he has no playoff wins.
Yeah. Dallas Turner needs to have a good game. Yeah, he does, because he's going to have to be the one that steps up. But yeah, Chicago's defensive backfield is hurting. So, like I said, maybe that plays into, but
it's another one of those instances where we need to take advantage of the fact that the Bears are playing a no-name tackle, that the Bears don't have defensive backs. Why? In all the history of the Vikings that I've watched since I was a young lad back in the mid to late 90s, have we, and you back in the 40s, I'm just kidding. But
the team wasn't even here then, so.
I know. But why can we not take advantage of these moments?
Yeah.
As a Vikings team, when the disadvantages are in our favor, we do not take advantage of those moments. Statistically and analytically wise, we should be fucking tearing the Bears up tomorrow through the air and on the ground, and we should be getting home on the pass rush.
Yeah, and you mentioned this earlier too. This team needs to come out pissed off tomorrow.
Oh, they will. They are going. We're going to see a different Vikings team tomorrow. We're going to see the same Vikings team that went and played a couple of weeks ago. I don't remember who we played a couple of weeks ago, but they came out and they played like a hell. Oh, the Lions.
The Lions game.
I had a mental lapse there.
Yeah.
Forgive me. But we need to see that same team on a week-to-week basis, not just for a week.
Not just every other week.
and it all goes away. We need to be that team every week. We have absolutely no identity. We don't know what we're getting on any given Sunday out of this team.
No. And
they reel you in. They reel you in, Rhino.
Yeah. And this falls into that, for platitudes and word salads and all this other stuff. The be at your best when your best is required stuff. Your best is required for the rest of the year. We can probably lose 2 more games and still. Who said we should be like Dan Campbell?
Yeah, I don't.
Wasn't me
at all.
Fucking Dan Campbell can go lick my ass. I don't care.
Sometimes I've thought about it, Ant, but nah.
No, not on camera. The Lions are fucking dirty. Dan Campbell's fucking dirty. Yeah, that's neither here nor there.
Thank you, Norris. We'll shave the end of that off, but I agree with the first part.
Yeah.
I do too, Steven. I do too.
It's not a think. It's not a think. It's been a fact for the last couple of years that the Vikings have been
better on the road than at home, and that's embarrassing.
Honestly, a lot of it since US Bank Stadium opened.
Yes,
like I said,
this is going back a ways.
We lose a third of our home games, and this is before KOC. This is back to the Zimmer era.
Sarah, I would like to know why you are defending KOC so hard. This entire show you've been about defending him, but I want to know reasons why you're defending him so hard.
We're not calling for his job.
We're not calling for his job at all. I just want him to be better. I just want him to be better for this team so we can
put the ego aside and do what's best for the team. Not just can't get out of your own way because your ego doesn't allow you to. I've seen that with way too many coaches that this team is, that we've had over the years. Brad Childress did it. Mike Zimmer did it. Dennis Green did it. And they've all had good teams. It's just you can't get over the hump because, when it comes down to it, they get in their own way.
Yes. We need to make better pies for our home games.
And it's turned into baking uncensored tonight.
And you know what? You don't get pie until after the game. You don't be feeding the fucking players pie before the game. They get it after the game.
I was told there would be punch and pie.
Riley hit the nail on the head here.
No, Sarah, we've said multiple times during the show here tonight that McCarthy shoulders some of the blame, but he's not being put in a position to succeed.
But he will
either.
Get better. He will get better. That's what we've said. Is that he has been throwing some heaters.
Oh yeah, he's thrown some really shitty.
Out of a young quarterback.
He's thrown some shitty passes and made some shitty decisions.
But he's gonna get better. I guarantee you that.
But you still should not be throwing a 40-yard bomb on 3rd and 1. Get the first down, and that's where I want to see something different. You get away from that stuff you've been doing with 5 to 8 year veteran quarterbacks and do what you need to do to win. Dink and dunk it down the field if you have to. Throw slants, throw short crossing routes, throw all this other stuff.
I respect this comment, John. Absolutely respect it. But I just don't see it happening. See it happening.
I don't either because Flores has had the formula.
I don't expect Kyle Monange and fucking DeAndre Swift to rush for over 200 yards against us tomorrow. And
no.
The one rusher that really worries me though is Caleb Williams when he takes off and goes off script.
Yeah,
I mean,
but when he does that, he starts doing that figure eight running around all over in the backfield, and you can get him for a 15-yard sack.
Right.
And that's
Thank you, Steven.
That's what the Vikings have done well against Caleb the last 2 years is getting him into those situations where he will go out and try to play hero ball. Now, to Ben Johnson's credit, he's been able to reel a lot of that in the last few weeks, but the Bears also have not played anybody.
No, like they haven't.
They should have lost last week. They were down by 10 with, what was it, 4 minutes to go or less than that, something like that.
The Bears can't puff their chest about who they've beaten this year so far, in my opinion.
No. We're not saying McCarthy's without blame, Sarah. He has, but the thing of it is with McCarthy, he's started 4 games. He's played 4 games in the NFL. Rookie quarterbacks make mistakes. He needs to learn from those mistakes and get better, which
I believe he will.
Yeah, and I think he will too. We know there's bumps in the road. We know that, but the thing of it is, you just got to put that kid in a position to do the things that can make him successful until he learns to. When you learn the easier stuff, then you can start feeding in some of that more complex stuff that O'Connell loves. I don't think the Eagles are as good as everybody thinks they are either, Jonathan. So there's that too. And honestly, Cam Scatterbo going out hurt the Giants a lot, but they were starting to click a little bit. Even though they fired their coach, Dayball's out the door. The Giants this week, you might get that interim coach blip, and we'll talk about that in a minute in our prediction segment too. But
there we go. Something we can both agree on.
Yeah. And it's not just those two. Justin Jefferson needs to be better. I do not ever want to see a game like Justin Jefferson played last week.
No,
you're getting paid $33 million or $34 million a year. You don't get to take a week off like that. We called a couple of weeks ago. We called out Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave for being on a fucking milk carton for most of the season, and they got called out. They've responded the last couple of weeks. That's what we want. We're calling these people out. We want them to respond. It's not just us. Everybody, that they hear the chatter, whether they'll admit to it or not. Whether it's from some third-rate podcast like us, whether it's from the national people, whether it's whatever, they hear it. They just got to do something about it.
The coach needs to do a better job of putting him in position to succeed. Yeah. No, the coach is not overthrowing the balls, but he's not making the right calls either when they need to be on, like we've said numerous times this show, on a 3rd and 1 where you should have ran it and not expected your quarterback.
Run the ball, get a new set of downs.
Not expect your quarterback, your rookie quarterback, to throw the ball 42 times when you're running at 5.5 yards. I'm giving you examples here, Sarah, of why I'm upset with KOC.
And then there was the thing about, the reason why they took that deep shot was because they were going to go for it again on 4th down if they didn't get it. Okay, I get that, but just get the first down. Run the ball Run the ball twice if you have to get that first down. That makes it even more reason why you should have run it on 3rd down. Because if you didn't get it, you knew you were going to go again on 4th.
Right.
But anyway, let's roll on to the keys to the game tomorrow. What we think the Vikings need to do in order to turn things around, beat the Bears at US Bank Stadium. I'll let you go first, Lance, as always.
Like I said, I've been saying all show, take advantage of the disadvantages that the Bears are having right now at this moment in time. They're missing their defensive backs, and I don't care. If anybody says after this game, once we go in and beat the Bears, I don't give a fuck if somebody says, well, we didn't have this guy or we didn't have that guy. I don't care. That's the fucking league, and that's how it is. And we know that firsthand from this year for the first, 60 weeks of the season where everything was in flux with injuries.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't care anymore about that. We go out and you get the win and you fucking call it good. So we need to take advantage of that. The fact that their left tackle is somebody that nobody knows. The fact that they're down some defensive backs and their defense is kind of in a disarray right now. We need to take advantage of that.
Yep.
Keep doing to Caleb Williams what we've always done to him throughout his career, and that's fuck the shit out of his mind. So we need to keep doing that. Get after Caleb Williams. Continue to contain the run. I mean, we've been doing that much better in the last 3 weeks than we have the entire season, containing the run game.
And there's no coincidence that a lot of that has turned around since Cashman came back. But
and since that Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave were called in to be talked to about upping their game.
Yeah.
You know what? They had a great play last weekend, and I loved it. I love when you see this type of thing, and I bet you know what I'm about to talk about here. But when Hargrave went in the backfield last week and made a play, and Allen came up to him and gave him a big hug after the play was done, you know something's going on there with those guys. So, I mean, this is a game that could, here's a little tidbit for you, Rhino, with your numbers that you just went after earlier. And Sarah's probably going to love this comment too. In every year that Kevin O'Connell has coached the Vikings, he's had a part of the schedule where he's gone on a 5-game win streak or more.
Yep.
Let's start that this weekend against the Bears.
5-game win streak puts us in the playoffs.
It does. It does. We can only afford, I believe, to be able to work our way in and not have to worry about somebody else losing. We can only lose 2. Yes, Rhino. 2 is the magic number right now as far as losses that we can take if we don't want to have to work with numbers and try to back our way into the playoffs this year.
Right.
But you know what? With that being said, I'd rather be a team that gets hot when it needs to get hot than being a team that starts out hot and then goes cold.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so
you look, at the beginning of the Detroit Lions window, they were asked the first half of that one season. Then all of a sudden it clicked.
Yes.
And they went on a tear and, went in and made the playoffs. And then they've been good ever since.
And like I mentioned earlier in the episode, Brunswick, truly believe that the hardest part of our schedule is in the rearview mirror. And everything is laid out in front of us to make a good playoff push. And you know what? To be completely honest with you, Rhino, the division is not out of the window either.
No,
granted,
I'm not worried about winning the division 4 division games to play yet.
Granted, I'm not worried about winning the division right now. I'm more worried about just trying to work our way into the playoffs. But the division is not out of the window. No. And it wouldn't. And I don't want to say this. I don't want to put a negative notion on this monologue I'm giving here, but how much of a Vikings thing would it be for us to sweep the division and miss the playoffs?
Yeah, that could happen.
So, but it starts this weekend with the Chicago Bears at home. We need to turn this narrative around about being at home and not winning games and start making teams feel what it's like to play in US Bank Stadium and not just let them walk all over us.
Right. Come in, bitch slap the hell out of them up one side and down the other and send them out of here with their tails between their legs. We need to have more of those pictures of Caleb Williams laying on this bench going, or laying.
We love you, Sarah. We love you. We don't want to go. We don't want to have to push things back and forth between the people that watch the show and commenters. At the end of the day, we're all Vikings fans, and we want this team to succeed, and we want this team to be the best team it can be.
Yeah, absolutely. We all want this team to win, and that's.
I love the debate. Bring it in. It adds a little bit of spice to our show as well. So
Toonces comes flying in from the top rope on the last one there. Good evening, Toonces, by the way.
By this time, all the commenters, most of the OGs should all know each other. There's all love here. It's what it is. We're just all really frustrated with the state of the team right now. We love this team. As a Vikings fan, we love this team.
I'm going to respond to this. That this is basically a false narrative. They tried to keep Daniel Jones in here as the backup. He turned down more money to stay here as the backup and go to Indy because he felt like he had a chance to be the starter there, and it worked out well for him. As far as
Sam Darnold does when his fucking lights are the brightest and when the season's on the line.
And as far as Sam Darnold goes, we pay Sam Darnold $30 million a year, and you don't have a rebuilt offensive line who's finally together now and playing healthy, injuries aside. You don't have a lot of other stuff. So, I mean, it's... I hear you, Ruby. I hear you.
I love the energy in the show tonight.
Yeah,
I love the spiciness, the heatness. And there's a reason for us all to be a little bit angry with this team.
Right. And
I'm glad. I'm happy about the debate that's brought into the discussion as well.
Thank you, Sarah. This is the key.
This is your best comment tonight. This, Sarah, I don't mean anything disrespectful about this, but this is your best comment tonight so far.
It's personally. And I brought this up on our Gallerhorn group earlier this week. This is the instant gratification society. If a player is not Patrick Mahomes by week 3, he's a bust, and you need to fucking get rid of him. I mean, it's not just Vikings fans. It happens all over the place. This is why the Cleveland Browns have had 37 quarterbacks in the last 12 years, or in the 20 years since they've been back, or whatever it's been. But yeah, it is what it is.
Where are your keys, Rhino?
My keys? All right, starting off, get to Caleb Williams early and often. Get him off his mark. Knock him on the ground. Fluster him. Flores knows how to do that. We just need to do it again. We've done it the 3 times we've played him so far already.
The roster's set up to win, Jonathan. Yep. Right now, whether it be a rookie quarterback running the show, and if it is the rookie quarterback, a lot of it goes into the plays that you're calling that to help the team win.
And the thing of it is, the Vikings have tried that veteran quarterback,
bullshit that for as long as we can remember.
The last time we tried, Teddy Bridgewater, okay, his knee blew up.
And along with being able to accept the fact that you're running a rookie quarterback that's going to make mistakes, as Sarah mentioned before, too. Yes, McCarthy needs to be held accountable for some of those mistakes that he makes as well.
Yeah. And to your point, the Vikings have tried to walk that fine line, that competitive rebuild stuff, where you're trying to be good and you're trying to develop and things like that. But if not now, when? I said, we've tried the same shit over and over and over for the better part since
I'd rather develop a rookie quarterback with the roster that we have than with a shitty fucking roster that's not going to do nothing, because that's going to ruin a rookie quarterback.
Absolutely fucking not.
No.
I wouldn't trade my dog for Kyler Murray.
This roster that we have that we're developing JJ McCarthy under is going to set him up for success years down the road, to where he can make a team that doesn't have your typical playoff. You win in spite of your team instead of despite of your quarterback.
Yeah, no, I know he's on his way out, and Kyler Murray he's always been overrated in my book, and he's worn out his welcome in Arizona, and he'll be somewhere else next year, but it ain't going to be here.
But with a roster like this, it's a great roster fans just want results right now, but this is a great roster to develop a quarterback with.
Yeah.
Rather than sans a roster that's just shit from bottom to top. You don't want to be developing your quarterback with that roster, because then it's going to ruin the quarterback.
Yeah. And that's the problem with what the Vikings have done at the quarterback position over the past, like I said, basically since Dante Culpepper blew his knee out in 2004 or whatever it was. You bring in these retreads, these veteran guys, the mercenary type players, all this other stuff. It doesn't work. If the closest we've got,
you know what, though, Rhino, you can go back and we've seen it throughout the week. You and I both, and I'm sure a lot of these fans that are watching the show have seen it too. You go back and you look at quarterbacks in their rookie seasons. JJ is right up there with a lot of them.
Josh Allen, very comparable stats to McCarthy right now. Josh Allen was terrible for like 30 games, and now he's
outside the game that he played against us that one season.
Yeah, well, that was basically the game where the light switch came on for him.
Started to come on. It started to flicker
when they were 17-point dogs and came in here and curb stomped us. Yeah,
right. But like I said, you go back and you look at all these every quarterback was a rookie at one point in time. Yes, hell no to Tua too.
No,
but you go back and you look at quarterbacks and their rookie stats, their first year starting stats.
Yep,
very comparable to JJ McCarthy. And you know what? JJ McCarthy's stats this year are right in line with a lot of the rookie quarterbacks that came out last year.
Drake May. Drake May's first 4 games last year were awful.
For the most part, last season, Rhino, Drake May's season was a wash.
Yeah, and look at him now. He's one of the leading candidates for MVP this year.
Exactly. But no, they want it right now. Oh, God, he's not that great through 4 games. Throw him out the fucking window.
Yeah.
No, but like I said, you go back and you look. If you don't fucking want to be a JJ lover or whatever, you go back and look at the rookie quarterback seasons, and you'll see. Yeah.
Peyton Manning still holds the record for interceptions. He threw 25 interceptions his rookie year. If Peyton Manning came into the league now,
you gotta be a Bears fan there, John. It's no joke or surprise at all. I've never seen you in here before. You came in here saying the Bears are going to win. You got to be a Bears fan, which is by all means we love it.
Well, yeah, we love having the opposition in here.
There's no fucking way we're bringing in Geno Smith.
No, God, no. As a backup, maybe, but not as a starter.
Yeah, see, I knew it.
Here, Steven's got some numbers to throw here. Passer rating through first 4 starts. Jake Browning, 109.3. Kyle Allen, 108.3. Tommy DeVito, 103.8. Bailey Zappi. Gardner Minshew. J.J. McCarthy, 65. Matthew Stafford, 65. Joe Flacco, 61. Josh Allen, 61. Peyton Manning, 52.1. Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Penix has been that's a good point. I'm going to bring that up here. The comment that Penix come up with this week when they asked him, if he's been, talking to Cousins or any players and coaches about it. He's like, no, why would I? Because it doesn't matter how I play when I go home. My fiance still loves me and all this, that, and everything else.
Yeah, what a head case.
Yeah.
What a head case. That is definitely not somebody I want leading my team.
No.
From the quarterback position.
No, it isn't. And the sad part about it is the guy beat out Kirk Cousins. So, that shows you where Kirk's career is at right now, too. But I'm not going to turn this into a Kirk Cousins pissing match, but we've been having enough of a pissing match all night long here. It's been really fiery in the chat. It's been really fiery with you and I.
I love it.
I love it, too. Yeah. And
it's about that time of the season where it needs to be that way.
As a fan base, we're frustrated, and we want results, but we want to see, the things getting fixed. Because where it gets frustrating is when you see the same shit happen week after week after week after week, and they don't do anything to fix it. That's what pisses me off, and that's why I'm so upset tonight.
I like how we're having everybody's just letting off steam tonight for sure.
Yeah. And it's well warranted. And that's why we are the most interactive pregame show out here in Viking social media. That's why we do these shows live. So you guys can come on here and you can let loose. You can bitch. You can sing your praises. You can argue with us. You can tell us we're fucking stupid.
Right.
And that's how we want to run this show. And that's how we're going to continue to run this show as long as we do it. So.
I love it, Steven. Yeah. You guys on the West Coast.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that one too.
I love that fire, that feel. Even Adam was in the wrong. That was a backside block there, but I love the fire he brought.
Yeah, it was kind of ticky-tack. Clinton, yes, coming in.
Go back and watch the beginning. We go really in depth.
We talked about that a lot earlier on in the show, so yes. But with that, let me finish my keys here real quick. Run the fucking ball. You can set up the pass by running the ball. If you run that ball effectively, they have to respect the run. Then you can hit them up over the top where they don't have their fucking cornerbacks. And the third one is just take what the defense is giving you. If they're letting you have that short stuff, do it. If the deep stuff is coming open and you can hit it, then go for it. But don't force stuff. Don't sit back there and call, long developing plays where they got to take a 7-step drop if you're getting, constant pressure in your face.
As a Vikings fan, and this is going back to when Green Bay still had Donald Driver and Greg Jennings and Antonio Chapman and Mark Chimera. Where's the fucking quick pass game ever going to come in? I just read off quite a few fucking Green Bay Packers names there.
Well, yeah, that running back screen and those little wheel routes and stuff. They ran them it was like the tush push. You couldn't stop it. They just kept.
Or the quick slants. Or the quick slants to Driver or to Jennings. Jennings especially was a fucking masterclass.
We run about 5 quick slants a year. It seems like.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Just, pass.
Yep. Those are my keys. So let's move on to our predictions segment where we also look at not only of course, the Vikings game this upcoming weekend, but also our
Oh man, I love it.
Yes.
Love it.
Also look at our opponents in the NFC North. So let's start off with the first game. Green Bay going to the Meadowlands to take on the Giants.
I mean, it's another Potter Puff team, in my eyes, and the Giants, who did get a win against the Eagles earlier this year. But, I mean, I think there's more tape on Dart out there, which teams are taking advantage of. So, and seeing his deficiencies as a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
So that, I think that had a big part to do in the Giants beating the Eagles as well, as that they didn't know what to see out of Dart coming out. So
and Scatabo was still playing then too.
Right. I look for
Scatabo ate the Giants lunch that game, or the Eagles lunch that game.
Yes. So I look for, and I don't see the interim head coach boost helping them. Maybe.
Oh yeah, that's right. Jameis Winston's starting this weekend. Dart's hurt.
Oh shit. Wow. I mean, I would love to see the Giants beat Green Bay this weekend. That would be great. I would love to see that, and maybe they do get that interim coach boost then. With the little switch with Winston, and I mean that Green Bay secondary is very sus.
Yeah,
very sus. So.
And Green Bay has been playing down to the bad teams this.
Who are the Lions playing this week? We got
that one next. But pick
Who are they playing? Who are they playing?
Eagles.
Okay, then I'm going to go with the upset here. Then.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the upset.
The Giants.
Picking the Giants over the Packers with that interim coach fucking boost. A lot of teams get.
I'm going to take the Packers this week just for the simple fact that I don't want the Packers coming in here on a 3-game losing streak, or us going to Green Bay next week on with them coming in a 3-game losing streak, because I think that makes them a little more desperate. They get a win this week. I think they feel a little bit better about themselves, and then
a little bit less complacent next week if they don't want to win.
Or less sense of urgency next week if they win this week. So
yes.
I'll take Green Bay.
I'd like to see the upset, but you've got a good point there with that. Yeah.
I feel dirty saying it, and I don't want Packers to win. Let me make that perfectly clear, but I think they do pull it off this week. So
I like the stat line, and that sounds about right.
Yeah, but it'll be entertaining as hell, and that is Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston is basically Nick Mullins on crack.
Davey, with a good point here. In 3 weeks, there could be a four-way tie in the NFC North division for first place.
That could be. Well, not the
tie that Green Bay has is really going to fuck shit up. When it comes to
that tie really fucks things up. So I don't see there being a 4-way tie, but there could be a 3-way tie.
Eating that W.
Yep. All right. So the next game, Sunday Night Football. Detroit travels to Philly to take on the Eagles.
I think Philly's going to win that game. I think Philly's going to win it. I do. That's a good matchup. Two even teams facing off against each other. I think it's a pretty even matchup. Oh man, yeah, I'm gonna go with Philly winning that game.
Yeah, I am too. If it was in Detroit, then then you could make the
Right.
case.
Playing in Philly is not easy, as we know
No,
as
it
Vikings
isn't.
fans.
It isn't. It's on grass. It's outside. It's,
It's a hostile environment, no
Yep.
doubt.
So yeah, I'm gonna. It's gonna be a close game, and it can go either way. But I'll take the Eagles in this one too.
Looks like we got another Bears fan up in here. We'll give him a little bit of a highlight here.
Yeah.
And we'll come back to this comment next week there, Twan. We'll come back to this next week. We'll make sure that we post this fucking comment up nice and big with your picture next week on the show.
So the thing of it is, barely beats count as much as 40-point wins. So
that's true. A win is a win, Twan. We'll make sure next week that we put that up in big letters for you.
Yeah, as our buddies Drew's Uncle Paulie always said, a win is a win, even if it's hanging off the ass of a cow or something like that.
But thanks for coming in, Twan.
Yep, appreciate you coming in. Like I said, we love the opposition coming in during the show too, and that's another reason why we do this stuff live.
Man, those Bears fans really. I mean, I think this is the most we've had fans from the other team come on the show in one sitting since we started. Yeah. But they're really puffing their chests out this week. That means that we're doing something right, Rhino.
Right, and I'm good with that.
That means that we're doing something right.
Mm-hmm. All right, so yeah. Then of course the final.
Who have you beat? You go back if you really want to. Go back and watch the show, and you see all the shit we talked about your team.
The Bears have yet to beat anybody good this year.
You haven't beat us, have you?
You damn near you damn near lost to the Giants. You beat the Cowboys, who have no defense whatsoever. You beat Cincinnati, who has absolutely no defense whatsoever.
Oh, Twan. You're funny.
I don't remember who else that they beat, but they beat Cleveland, I think, and they beat some other horse shit team. They haven't beat anybody good yet.
Don't worry, Twan. We'll cite you next week.
Yep. All right. So with all that coming up, the most important game, of course, this week, the Chicago Bears coming to U.S. Bank Stadium on noon tomorrow. Yeah, you're 6-3. Okay, yeah. So, and a win is a win. You take the wins as you can get them. But you guys have a lot harder schedule coming back. So get back to us in a month.
Get back to us at the end of the season when you're sitting.
I remember the Chicago Bears went like 6-3 over the first half of the season last year, and then didn't win another game the entire second half of the season. So up until that last game against Green Bay at the end of the year.
Oh God! You're one of those.
Oh, now we're gonna get that. Okay.
Okay. Keyboard warrior. Yeah, you sure can beat my ass over with the keyboard.
See, we enjoy banter back and forth, but when you
get fans like this in here, it gives other fans a bad fucking reputation. We love having fans of the opposing teams in here, but when you start talking shit like that, that completely takes all relativity off the fucking board with you.
All right, hold on here. Twan, you're out of here. There's enough of that shit. Get the fuck out of our show.
Yeah.
He's blocked.
Good.
First time we've ever had to block somebody on Vikings Uncensored.
Well, he came in here with one fucking prerogative.
Yep. But when you start throwing out fucking
racial shit.
That and whipping your dick out on the table and all this other shit and threatening, I can kick all your... No, get the fuck out of our show.
Right. I think everybody knows here. I think everybody in this chat that's here right now knows what type of fans we like to have on the show and knows those type of fans.
Right.
And those type of fans can just stay away.
Yeah, talking shit is one thing, but that wasn't talking shit. That was being a belligerent asswipe, and he got his ass booted for it, so...
That was being like a 15-year-old punk-ass kid that doesn't know any better. He knows better, though. But whatever. Anyways, back to the
Vikings and Bears. What you got?
Hi, Tim. Another new name in here.
Yes, and yes, he was a fuck, so he's gone.
Vikings and Bears. Who do I got? We got the Vikings. The Vikings, easily. Especially after that shit. Just that shit alone is enough to fuck up the Bears tomorrow.
Yeah, even if I didn't think the Vikings were going to win after that, yes. Vikings are going to fucking win. They're going to come out angry, and they're going to take care of business tomorrow.
Gotta wipe my Twan.
Yeah. Don Twan.
No, we will always defend our own. All of you guys in that comment section. Anybody wants to come in here and start shit like that,
No,
we got you.
There's no place for that shit here. I don't put up with that shit.
No.
We're uncensored, but we are not going to allow that kind of bullshit.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, Drew. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, but I never had to never had to block that one. This one's blocked. Fuck him.
There's a difference between respectful and disrespectful, and that was all out straight up disrespect.
I'm just being a flat out douche.
Especially when you come in here to disrespect our commenters.
Yep.
The people watching the show that take time out of their day to watch our show, and you're going to come in here and start disrespecting that, then you can get the fuck out.
Yep. Yeah, and I said he's not even a douche canoe. He's a fucking douche barge.
Yeah, I got the Vikings here, and I look for. I know I say this quite often, but I look for a big win. I look for us to come out really pissed off and convincingly beat the Bears.
Yeah. The clown is still here. Well, I'm not seeing him in the chat, but if he's still here,
unless he's on the YouTube page making comments,
it could be. But it should have been blocked I blocked him in the chat over here. So
either way, pay him no mind.
Regardless, I'll block him and the rest of it later. But all right. So with that, we had a little contest last week. We had you guys comment on the Facebook page or during the live feed to win something from the prize vault. We got a few things here that you will have your pick from. So whose ever name, I got everybody's name in my little bag.
All who entered last week, you're in the bag.
So he's still showing up, even though he's not showing up in the chat. All right, I'll take care of his ass later. With that, we got everybody's name in the bag here, and we are going to draw out a name. So give me 1 second here. You are the winner.
Josh Mickey.
I don't know if he's here tonight or not.
He is. He is. I seen him in the comment section earlier today.
All right.
He might not be in here anymore, but he was in here earlier.
All right. So, Josh, get a hold of me. Hit me on, I think you got me on Facebook. Just shoot me an IM. I'll let you know what we got, and you can take your pick of it. And we'll get it sent out your way. So with that, we've gone on hour 15 minutes here. I got to go clean out a Twan, I guess, before I go to bed. But I want to thank everybody except him for joining tonight. Doc, I'm going to give you a something out of the prize vault for that one too. Hit me up later, and I'll tell you what we got, and you can pick something too. But I want to thank everybody except Twan for joining tonight. A lot of heated discussion, a lot of great back and forth tonight, and it's we all do it because we love this team, and let's go out and get a win tomorrow. Let's straighten some stuff out. Let's fix that easily correctable stuff that they say is easily correctable. And let's do what we've done to the Bears the last 2 years. Let's just go out there and beat their ass and be done. So with that, again, thank you everybody for joining, except Twan. And why don't you take us out of here, Lance?
I love all you guys in the comments. You guys are awesome. I'm glad that we can agree to disagree sometimes and still, at the end of the day, just get along and have good, conversation about the team that we love, regardless of the fuck faces that come in here.
Sometimes invade the chat. Yeah.
I just got to keep throwing those up. Anyways, wipe your Twan. Well, yeah, let's go out and beat the shit out of the Bears tomorrow, in spite of the fuck face that came in here and decided to start ruffling feathers and start shit up. So
Yeah.
with that being said, we'll see y'all next week. Just keep an eye on the page on what day it's going to be, either Friday or Saturday, as always.
Probably Saturday, but we'll let you know.
Most likely Saturday next week. But with that being said, I love you all. That take time out of your day to come watch me and Rhino banter about the Minnesota Vikings. Love you guys. We'll see you next week. With that being said, Aubrey and Millie, if you're out there and you're watching this at any point, Dad loves and misses you. Skol.
Have a great weekend, everybody.